Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrath Maulana Qamar Uzzaman Saheb Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Monday, the 10th of Rabi'ul Akhir, 14th of October 2024. Our Hazrat Wala is speaking about the apology of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the pulpit. Hazrat Fazl radiyallahu ta'ala narrates, I went to visit Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and noticed that he had a high fever and a bandage was tied around his head. He said to me, "Hold my hand." I held his hand. He proceeded to the masjid, sat on the pulpit and said, "Summon the people to assemble here." I summoned the people. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam first praised Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and said, "The time is approaching for me to leave you and depart." The time is approaching for me to leave you and depart. If I struck anyone on his back, my back is here before him, he may take revenge. If anyone has any monetary claim against me, he may demand it now. No person should ever feel that I will dislike him for taking revenge from me. Such dislike is neither my nature, nor is it becoming of me. Understand well, the person who claims his right from me is extremely beloved to me, or he may pardon me, so that I may proceed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a happy heart. I do not wish to confine myself to just this one announcement. I will announce it again. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got off the pulpit, and after performing Dhuhr Salat, he climbed it again and made the same announcement. He also repeated his statement of not having any dislike for such a person. He added, if anyone has any due, he must fulfill it. He must not worry about worldly disgrace, because it is nothing compared to the disgrace of the year after. Now, a person stood up and said, now who are we talking about? We are speaking about Sayyidul Ma'asumeen, the leader of those who are divinely protected from sin, the noblest of all the Anbiya alayhimu salatu wassalam. He is doing this. Then who are we? We know the sunnats of wudu, of salat, but how many of us know about this sunnah? So a person stood up. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is saying, I want to proceed to Allah with a happy heart. Khana-e Khuda, uske ghair se bachao. This place, the heart, it is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Save it and protect it from all those apart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This kitab is a fantastic kitab. It is the kitab of Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Saheb, the I'tiraf-e-Dhunub. And I added to it the I'tiraf-e-Qusur. Now how many of us even know about this kitab? My own people, the Murideen, they don't even know about this kitab. So a person is asking for maafi. He must ask it with his tongue. And his hal and condition must be also be asking for that maafi. On one occasion, there was something, the Musawwadat, it was a rough copy of the kitab before it could be printed. And it was at Maulana Maqbul's house. And his young daughter read something. And it was about womenfolk, etc. And she said that this is not suitable. I had a look at it again and I removed it from my kitab. I removed it from my kitab. Okay, let's continue. A person stood up and said, "You owe me 3 dirhams." Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, I do not wish to belie any claimant, nor do I ask him to take an oath. But tell me, how did I come to owe you these 3 dirhams? Now just look at the andaz. I don't even think I have that andaz. علمني ربي فأحسن تعليمي وأدبني ربي فأحسن تأديبي. My Rabb taught me and He perfected and made so beautiful my ta'aleem. He taught me adab and He perfected and made so beautiful my conduct and my adab, respect, character. Now how many of us even know about it? Did we even read Uswa Rasul Akram? So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Allah Ta'ala ne Nabi se kara diya, made his Nabi do this taake ummat mutanabba ho jaye, so that the ummah can become aware of what the Rasul of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually done. So the person said, a beggar had come to you one day and you asked me to give him 3 dirhams. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to Hazrat Fadl radiyallahu ta'ala, give him 3 dirhams. Another person stood up and said, I owe 3 dirhams to the Baytul Mal. I had taken them treacherously. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam asked, why did you act treacherously? I replied, I was in real need at that time. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to Hazrat Fazl radiyallahu ta'ala, collect 3 dirhams from him. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam then announced, anyone having any doubt about any condition should ask me and make dua with regard to it, because the time of departure has drawn near. A person stood up and said, O Rasulullah, I am a liar, I am a hypocrite, I have the illness of sleeping too much. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam made dua, O Allah, bless him with honesty, bestow him with full iman, cure him from the illness of oversleeping. Another person stood up and said, O Rasul of Allah, I am a liar, I am a hypocrite, there is no sin which I did not commit. Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala warned him against publicizing his sins. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, O Umar, remain silent. The humiliation of this world is light compared to the humiliation of the akhirat. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam then said, O Allah, bless him with honesty and complete iman, and set aright all his affairs. Another person stood up and said, O Rasul of Allah, I am a coward and have the illness of sleeping too much. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam made dua for him as well. Hazrat Fazl radiyallahu ta'ala relates, after Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam made this dua for him, we never saw any more brave than him. We never saw anyone more brave than him. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam then proceeded to Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha's house, addressed the assembly of women, and made the same announcements which he made in the assembly of men. A Sahabiya radiyallahu ta'ala anha said, O Rasul of Allah, I am troubled by my tongue. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam made dua for her. You know, in Al-Ibda, the Arab alim is writing there that we should be so meticulous and watch out, look after our tongue. And he gives the example of the person who's busy passing away, but what's on his lips, what's on his tongue, how much is this roll of material, and how much will it be per meter. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam announced, anyone having any doubt about any condition should ask me to make dua with regard to it, because the time of departure has drawn near, the people requested him to make different du'as in their favor. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower abundant peace and salutation upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now just ponder, this is the perfect example of Sayyidul Ma'asumeen, the leader of all the Ma'asumeen, those who are divinely protected from sin, and the noblest of all the Anbiya alayhimu salatu wassalam. This sinful ummah is in real need of emulating him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone inspires towards good. I've gathered many things and points, waqi'at and incidents in this particular kitab. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of bringing these aspects of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in our life, so that we can also be counted amongst his ummah tomorrow. Allahumma a'tina imanan la yartaddu ويقينا ليس بعده كفر ورحمة أنال بها شرف كرامتك في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في الدين والدنيا والآخرة. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.